Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Sieglin's Proving Grounds. Today I am here on the Hunter, and I'm actually going to do a double feature. That's why this video is so long. It's going to be about half an hour. I will be putting links to the second half so you can get started watching on that if you want to skip one part of it, if you want to skip the first half of it, which is reasonable. The reason it's going to be such a long video is because I'm actually doing two specs. I'm doing both Beast Mastery and Marksmanship. And I'm doing that because I really don't enjoy doing Hunter and Proving Grounds. And that's actually because of how easy it is. I feel like I have so much in my kit as a Hunter, and I'm using about half of it, and still getting really good results in the Proving Grounds. Like that's honestly how I feel about Hunter in the Proving Grounds right now, and it's actually pretty frustrating to be working harder on classes, or be working hard on classes like Warlock and Mage, and having it feel so rewarding, and then hopping over to the Hunter where it's just a kind of a face roll, more or less. I go in, I do the gold, and it's like, yeah, whatever, I did it. So I'm actually just gonna do both of them back to back. Now, whether that makes sense to you or not, I'm sorry if it doesn't, but I very much would also like to show that it's so easy with Hunter to do the Proving Grounds that you can, pretty much one-shot it. Like, I will be doing this all in one take. This will be unedited, uncut, just straight up raw playthrough right here. And I've already done this once. The recording came out wonky, so I'm redoing it. But yeah, this is, hang on, let me make a macro real quick. This is my second time doing this, and I'm going to be doing both Beast Mastery and Marksmanship. Obviously, the two Hunter specs I haven't done yet. So, cast. This is Blood Fury, spec 1, rapid fire, spec 2, bestial. Oops. Probably should have done this before I started recording, but yeah, it is what it is. So what I just did was make a burst macro to be used in both specs for also using Blood Fury when I pop, Bestial Wrath or Rapid Fire. So that's really not important. That's because I'm an orc. It just adds to my burst, That's not make or break either. Don't get me wrong. I'm just doing it because, if I have the racial, I might as well use it. If I have something in my kit, I'm gonna use it. There's really no point in not doing it. So I'm gonna go over talents and glyphs here, and I'm gonna go through both of them kind of at the same time. And I'm not gonna go through everything. I'm just gonna really highlight what I think is important. So level 15 row, narrow escape, hands down. Especially as marksmanship, it's kind of double-sided with marksmanship, because with marksmanship your mastery makes it so you want to stand still. With narrow escape, you can not only root banana tossers, which you can do, that's always useful, even though you're a ranged DPS who can cast while moving. Like narrow escape helps because you just don't want those banana tossers to get too far. And it's double with marksmanship, not only because you don't want to have to be moving with the banana tossers, but also because post haste is actually kind of weird because it increases your movement speed. But if you take that on marksmanship, at least for our purposes here, kind of doesn't make sense because you're trying not to move. So 60% movement speed for a class or for a spec where you're trying not to move, questionable. Next row, Binding Shot, I would not recommend actually. It's usually really good, but the only thing moving is the banana tosser. You're not going to get much use out of it outside of that. And you already have narrow escape for that. The banana tossers die really fast. So I'd recommend either Wyvern Sting or Intimidation. I honestly don't use either. Like, I'm in Wyvern Sting right now, but I'm probably not going to use it. Like I said, Hunters have so many tools in their kit, but there's a lot I don't need to use in the Proving Grounds to still come out on top. For level 75, I would actually recommend Murder of Crows. Strangely enough, I'm not in it because I actually feel really focus starved when I use it. So that's why I'm with Blink Strikes. It's, you know, always there. It's passive. It makes my pet hit harder. So that's good for Beast Mastery. I'm sure they're, you know, I know they're all good. Or Murder of Crows is the best, and you know they all work. So there's really nothing to go wrong here. But Blink Strikes is just what I'm used to. It's really obviously really easy to use, so that's why I'm in that. Barrage has the highest damage potential, I think, from what I've heard, especially if you can get it to hit one target, which you can on waves like the Shah and whatnot. I actually forget to use it quite a bit, but I will try my best to use it this time around. And I'm in that for both specs. And for level 100 row, it's actually different between specs. Like I said in my survival video, I did testing between Focusing Shot, Exotic Munitions, and Lone Wolf. Focusing Shot came out on top. Below it by 500 DPS was Poison Ammo from Exotic Munitions, and below that was below Focusing Shot by 1000 DPS was Frozen Ammo, and then below Focusing Shot by 2000 DPS was Lone Wolf. So Focusing Shot is the best, then Poison Ammo, then Frozen Ammo. I didn't really test Incendiary Ammo. I don't really think it's that big of a deal though, honestly, because there's really only one wave where you can get great usage of it out of in the Proving Grounds, and that's wave 6. But it's really not worth the time to, you know, switch ammo, because you're not even focusing the vermin there anyway. That's the wave with the 2 mystics on the side and the vermin. I really wouldn't recommend Incendiary Ammo. I've never personally used it. I mean, if you want to use it, go for it. I've personally never used it. And that's, I don't know about adaptation, honestly. I have not done any testing with it, so it might be better, but I don't know. It looks like, just glancing at it real quickly here, it looks like it just gives your pet a crap ton of utility, which is fine. It's just, I don't think you really need that here. So yeah, Focusing Shot for Marksmanship, because you're encouraged to stand still anyway, so if you're doing that, you might as well get Focusing Shot. You get focus back so quickly, it's amazing. And then Poison Ammo for Beast Mastery, just because it's, I don't know, actually, there's really no rhyme or reason. I'm used to the ammunitions because I do PvP with this tune, so I just put on my Poison Ammo, because I'm not a scumbag. I don't put on Frozen Ammo. Just put on my Poison Ammo and you know, go at it. So that's why I'm in that. But Focusing Shot for Marksmanship, definitely. And a glyph I would actually highly recommend is the Glyph of No Escape. It increases your crit chance against targets hit by your Freezing Trap by 100%, which comes in handy in the Proving Grounds, especially because, you know, Freezing Trap's on a 30-second cooldown. You can use it multiple times in one wave, depending on the wave, obviously. Or you can use it like right at the start of a wave. You know, it's nice for a little bit of increased damage. I'm cheap. I don't want to go buy that glyph. I don't want to buy any glyphs, honestly. That's why I have so few on all my characters. So I think I went over everything there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on this double feature for the Hunter. So what I'm gonna do at first, I'm gonna start off over here, standing to the left of the Slayer. I'm gonna go ahead and kill him first. And I'm doing this so I don't really have to worry about the Amber Weaver's Globule. I'm going to just kite that right back into him, and I know it's going to get him, so I'm going to go ahead and start attacking him. And he goes down really quickly after the first Slayer went down, and then the second Slayer goes down, no problem. What I'm going to do for this next wave is actually put down a freezing trap right there in front, because the Banana Tosser is going to spawn right there, and I don't want him to get away before the Amber Weaver casts his Globule. So look, he got frozen, and now I'm just going to hit the Amber Weaver so I don't have, you know, any DPS loss this wave. He's going to get off his Globule. I'm going to go ahead and start attacking the Banana Tosser because the Amber Weaver was going to die to my pet anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna snare the Banana Tosser so he doesn't get too far, because even though I'm ranged and, you know, it's the end of the wave and I don't really have to worry about killing anything else, like I just don't want to chase him all around. It's not worth it. It's not fun. So I'm just gonna lay down a freezing trap to my left here. That's exactly where the Mystic will spawn. He'll get hit by that and he won't be able to cast. I'm gonna then focus on the Banana Tosser really fast here. I'm not gonna worry about the Amber Weaver at all, because he can do his thing. That Globule's probably actually gonna get kind of right back into him. And that's fine. That's usually not what I go for on this wave, but it won't be a big deal. I'll be able to kill him pretty fast still. I'm actually gonna save my stacks of focus there, because for the next wave, it's actually a little bit more intense than this wave, and I'm already down to, you know, one target without even having used my frenzy stack, so it doesn't even really matter if I use it on this wave. It won't make it that big of a difference. I'm still gonna kill it with like 14 seconds left. For this next wave though, I kind of want to get it quickly. I want to get through it quickly because I just don't really care for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay down my freezing trap there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start whacking the banana toss. So I snared him right off the bat so he wouldn't go too far. You know, just that's how I do. I just don't want him to go too far. So now I'm gonna go ahead and use my frenzy stacks up. I do have counter shot off cooldown, so after I interrupt him, I'm gonna get some focus back and use barrage on him. Actually, I'm gonna use kill command first, just because. There we go. Now I'm going to use barrage and he's going to go down. Man, actually barrage is on a short cooldown. I didn't know that. Just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and lay down my freezing trap over there. So that guardian spawns, he's going to get frozen. And that's just so I can attack him from any angle at the end, because he's the guy I usually kill last anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and open up on this guy right here and kill him. The thing about this wave is these banshees spawn, and you need to take them out before they explode, like what's his nut says. So take them out before they explode, because if they explode, they'll actually wipe your progress, and it's kind of shitty. Oh, I see how kill command works now. Okay, so I didn't know that kill command targets your pet's current target. I thought your pet would be smarter than that, but I guess not. You know, I give Blizzard too much credit. Whatever. I'm over it. All is well. Banshee's dead. Wave 6. Okay, so I'm actually going to go ahead and put down a freezing trap over there, so I only have to deal with one mystic. I'm then going to go ahead, and I wish I had more focus for this. I'm going to just go ahead and use barrage. Like, just why not? I don't even care. I'm going to go ahead and start attacking this mystic over here. You know, just do some damage to him. The vermins are going to be getting healed if anyone gets healed, so I don't have to worry about, you know, interrupting his heal or anything. I'm going to go ahead and lay down my explosive trap there. I actually should have done that at the start of the wave. I don't know who he's healing. He's definitely, I mean, I'm certain he's healing a vermin, but, you know, might as well now not take my chances, because I do have, my counter shot will be off cooldown by the next wave, so there's really no point in holding on to it. Especially because, you know, like, at this point, one mystic's dead. I only have one mystic up. Even though I say it doesn't really, the healing that the vermins get doesn't bother me, which it doesn't, like, it's still just pointless to let them heal. So I'm going to lay down my freezing trap over there for the mystic, so he isn't able to heal the banana tosser. I don't have to worry about him healing anything. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch to the guardian here. I'm going to hold on to my kill command because the banshee's coming out here. Banshee comes out. Oh, I should have had him switch first. Oh well. I'm actually going to go ahead and use my frenzy stacks here. That's because this wave is kind of intense. It's not, you know, it's not super intense, but it's a little more involved than most waves. Not just for a hunter even, like just in general, it's a bit more involved. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the Amber Weaver there. It's going to be a Banshee who spawns here. This is actually probably the fastest I've ever done this wave. And I did kite that globule like that on purpose. I knew the Banshee spawned right there, and I wasn't sure how long the globule was going to last, but I knew the Banshee would spawn there eventually. In worst case scenario, I'd kill it without the globule. I'm going to put down a freezing trap there, just so I don't have to worry about walking into any globules when I go, you know, attack that Amber Weaver over there. And I'm going to start off with attacking this guy. Going to probably take him out really quick here. He goes down. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the Amber Weaver over here. Not even going to worry about his Amber Globule. And I noted I do have 5 stacks of Frenzy. I'm just going to hold on to them. Because the Shah is taking 50% reduced damage right now. And there's really no point in unloading into him when he's got, you know, when he's taking less damage. I'm just going to wait for his shield to fall, because when his shield falls, he does take 300% more damage than, you know, than usual. So it's really worth your time to hold on to all your major cooldowns and all that stuff for when his shield falls. So now his shield falls, I'm going to pop Bestial Wrath and actually, you know, my Racial, obviously, because it's macroed with that. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my Focus Fire. And I'm just going to take him down with real big ease. And I use Bestial Wrath there because it's on a really short cooldown. Look, it's already only got 45 seconds left on it. It's a really nice cooldown. You can use it on all 3 waves here. I'm going to go ahead and start off on the banana tosser. I did put down a freezing trap to trap that mystic, so I wouldn't have to worry about him. I'm going to go ahead and focus the mystic down because, you know, he's healing. I guess, I don't know why I tried to explain that. That really goes without saying. There's going to be a Banshee who spawns at some point in this wave. I am getting ready for him. I'm mentally prepared. Let's get this kill shot off, finish this guy. Alright, I'm not going to use my focus fire yet, because like I said before, this guy's taking 50% reduced damage now, so really no point in unloading to him when he's taking less damage. However, I'm going to try to get as much focus as possible, and there we go. His shield goes down. I'm going to go ahead and use Barrage here with all my cooldowns popped. Just laying on damage into him, and he's going to go down really quickly here. Once again, using Beast Shield Wrath because I'm going to have it for next wave when his shield falls. There's plenty of time now. Start of this wave, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Berserking, and even though this Shah will have his shield up, it's better to. This guy has a lot of health actually, and I found that if you take him down to like 85% health, it's gonna be like really easy to take him down when his shield drops. Meanwhile, while his shield's still up, it's not that hard while his shield's still up to take him down to 85% health. And I'm actually using Barrage here because his shield has a very long time on it still. So, and while I have Berserking, I might as well, just kind of unload in him. Not fully. I'm obviously not popping Beast Shield Wrath, mostly because it's on cooldown. But kind of unleashing in him, kind of not. And see, I do get him down to 85% really easily. I know there's a Banshee popping up. There he is. And I wanted to actually pull some focus before that Banshee popped up, but I recalled the Banshee's existence a little bit too late. So now I'm going to pull some focus before his shield goes down. I'm going to go ahead, once he drops his shield, pick up that second Berserking buff, pop my Focus Fire stacks, or my Frenzy stacks that had pulled up, and then pop Beast Shield Wrath, go ahead, unload Barrage into him, and he goes down. Actually did manage to get some cleave damage with that Barrage on that Slayer. So he's going to go down nice and easy too, because he's already about like 50% health. And then the Banshee comes out and goes down with ease. So that was Beast Mastery. Beast Mastery. My thoughts on it? Very easy. It's very strong right now. If you're struggling with getting like the Proven Assailant title or whatnot, now is the time to go in there as a Beast Mastery hunter, get that title. Honestly, I think it would be really easy. And in fact, before they nerf Beast Mastery, I'm going to go ahead and actually probably try to get Wave 30. And record that. I might just do that. I think that'd be, even though, like I said, I really don't like playing Hunter and Proving Grounds. It's not fun for me. I think now would be the time to record that video. Not because, I don't think I could do it any other time, but like, now is the time, Hunters are really, Beast Mastery is really strong right now. Hunters in general are, yes, but Beast Mastery especially. Alright, so now let's transition into Marksmanship here. Welcome to all of you who clicked the link to the middle of the video. So what I'm doing on this first wave, I'm actually going to have to re-explain everything now that this is kind of new for everyone who didn't watch the first half. So I'm going to go ahead, I killed that first Slayer over there. No point in really waiting on my DPS, so I just go ahead and unloaded the Slayer over here, even though I see the Amber Weavers in the globule. And the reason I start over on this side of the Slayer is to actually get that globule. It's a habit from the other videos I've done to get the globule into that first Slayer, but obviously it's not necessary when the Slayer dies so fast. So I don't know if you're paying attention there, but I dropped down a freezing trap in front of the where the Banana Tosser was going to spawn because I wanted to freeze him so he wouldn't move. Just so he would get hit by the globule, and I can get that juicy 106k crit on him. Am I right? Jesus. But yeah, so see, here's my burst macro down here now. Yeah, I actually had another one. I should have just put it into that. There we go. Okay. Oh, putting down a freezing trap there for the Mystic. Oh my god, that Banana Tosser got wrecked. So yeah, going on the Mystic now. Didn't even need to freeze the Mystic. He wouldn't have been able to get the cast off before that, before the Banana Tosser died. So I'm moving a little bit more than I'd like to as Marksmanship here. Like I really would like to stand still so I can get the benefit of my mastery, but I gotta kite these globules, And there, that globule explodes. So I'm gonna have plenty of time to just stand still here and get my mastery benefit. What I'm going to do in the meantime, while I'm waiting for the next wave to start, is go ahead and lay down a freezing trap there for the giant Mystic who's going to spawn, and that's so I won't have to worry about him when I'm going ahead and killing the Banana Tosser right off the bat. And my Chimera Shot, I actually forgot, is a cleave ability, so it does hit both the Banana Tosser and the Mystic. I didn't forget, I knew, I just didn't care. Whatever. This wave is actually really easy. Look, I have 23 seconds left, so plenty of time. My freezing trap didn't even get off cooldown before I finished that wave. So what I'm going to do for fun is lay down a freezing trap over there. If I were in Glyph and No Escape, this is where it'd be really helpful because I'm actually just trapping that Guardian for fun. I'm saving him for last, and that trap, he's going to spawn over there on top of that trap. He's going to get frozen, And mostly I do that just so I can like stay where I'm standing. And oh my god. And um just start wailing on them. The trick with this wave is to kill these banshees as soon as they spawn, because like Rotan says, they will explode, and that wipes your progress. You have to start over basically if they explode. These Chimera shots are crazy. I did not get Chimera shots like this last time I did this. This is insane, actually. So I'm not in Glyph of Explosive Trap, which is nice. I usually am for PvP. Often forget to change it for Proving Grounds here, but I'm not, so that's good. Oh! Shoot. Okay. Well, I'm not going to have my Explosive Trap for the next wave. I actually totally forgot about that last Banshee, because those Guardians died so fast. It threw me off a lot. So what I'm going to do here, since Marksmanship's AoE is so good with multi-shot, I'm actually just going to go ahead and spam it for a while. I took something out there, so now I'm going to go ahead and switch. And get this big juicy focusing shot, get all that focus back, just unload aim shots into this Mystic over here. And I did lay down a freezing trap over there. I don't know if I mentioned it. I laid down a freezing trap over there for that Mystic, so he would, he wouldn't be able to heal any of the vermins. And once again, like I mentioned when I was doing Beast Mastery just a second ago, I don't know who the Mystic is healing specifically, but better off not taking my chances, just in case for some reason his percent health is lower than the vermin's. And also, I've already unloaded some damage into the vermin. I've spent a couple global cooldowns on them. There's no point in letting them get healed, that's just silly. So for this wave, I'm going to go ahead and lay down a freezing trap once again on the Mystic so he can't heal the Banana Tosser as I'm killing him. Then I'm going to go ahead, after I kill the Banana Tosser, start hitting the Guardian. Guardian's going to... Actually, wow. So I Chimera shot right as the Banshee came out, because I was wailing on the Guardian there, just doing my rotation, not really thinking much about it. And it actually ended up cleaving the Banshee and one-shotting it along with the Guardian. That was pretty sweet. Try not to move too much. That's why I'm kind of waiting on these globules. As soon as waiting on the globules to get closer before I really move. But it doesn't even matter, because these Chimera shots are just crazy. I'm mostly one-shotting these things. Took out the Amber Weaver shortly after I took out the Mystic, and then waited for the Banshee to spawn, took him out easily. There's going to be a Amber Weaver spawning over there. I'm only trapping him so I don't have to worry about his globules. Sometimes, I stand at a weird spot, like where I'm standing now. The globules could actually hit me if I stood here. So there's really no point in, even risking that. But he's not even going to get his globule off now, so I'm just going to go ahead, just take him out. Now, once again, Shah, shield up. He's taking 50% reduced damage, so I'm not really trying to unload into him right now. I'm not doing too much extra stuff. Just kind of more or less pooling my focus for when his shield falls, and when I cap on focus, then I start, expending a little bit. Because I'm trying to get him, my goal is usually about 85% with these guys. If I can get him down to 85%, I'm pretty confident that I can kill them after their shield falls. So now I'm going to pull focus once again. And now I'm not necessarily unleashing. I did get lucky though, and everything proc. My trinket procs, that's actually really lucky. That timing could not have been better, but I'm not doing that on purpose. But I did take the shot with a lot of ease. So what I'm doing there is I'm laying down a trap, and I actually screwed up the trap. Not the trap. I did well on the trap. I just broke it. But it doesn't matter, because I one-shot the Banana Tosser with a good old-fashioned Chimera shot. I'm going to go ahead and take out the Mystic here. Come on, dude. I don't want to waste my Thrill of the Hunt on you. There we go. Banshee comes out. Going to go ahead and just kill him real quick. I'm going to shift my focus over to the Shah here. I'm going to pull some focus. I should shift my focus and then pull my focus. That's silly of me. I'm going to pull my focus. I should have saved that Chimera shot, but I was capped on focus, so probably would have been a DPS I lost. I don't really know. But yeah, just pull my focus for when his shield falls. His shield's down, and look, he's taking massive amounts of damage. So I'm just going to go ahead and kill shot him, take him down with an aim shot after that. What I'm going to do for this wave is, again, always with the goal of minimum movement. I'm going to grab this Berserking buff and then disengage back to go behind the Shah, because there's going to be a Banshee popping up to his left, and I don't want to have to run all the way across the room to get to him. So I'm going to grab the Berserking buff here, going to go ahead and shimmy over to this side of the room. Gonna just not really popping anything. There's no point. His shield is up. He's taking 50% reduced damage. So it seems silly that I'm taking the berserking buff, but like I said, getting these down to 85% health, really ideal. I've saved the berserking buff for this wave. Might as well use it, right? So yeah, look, his health is actually going down like crazy. I'm gonna get off a focusing shot here, pull some focus, have my Chimera shot. There's the Banshee, and that's exactly what I was saving my Chimera shot for. So now I'm gonna go ahead. I don't really need to stand over there anymore because I don't need to worry about anything else spawning. Capped on focus here, waiting for his shield to drop. His shield drops. Gonna go ahead and cast Barrage, which I forgot I had up to this point. Cleaving the Slayer, that's no big deal. Shot's taking a little less damage from my Barrage, but it's okay because that does help. I do eventually want to kill the Slayer, so whatever damage I can do to him helps. Slayer goes down shortly after the shot. Banshee comes out, I one-shot him. Still got berserking on me. So simple. Yeah, I like Hunter. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bagging on it when I say that it's easy. But Hunter's really easy. Like I said, I didn't even use Wyvern Sting. Half the time I forgot to use Barrage. I use Explosive Trap wrong. That's some pretty big AoE. This is just for marksmanship, of course. Marksmanship, not marksmanship. I didn't say that. I'm sorry if I offended anyone for accidentally saying marksmanship, because I did not mean to say that, though that is very, if I may say so myself, accidentally clever. But yes, marksmanship. Just talking specifically about marksmanship here. I didn't even use X-Fix as a cheetah. Obviously didn't use Trank Shot, but that got nerfed big time. 50 focus now, right? So I've been here. Yeah, oh my god, that's crazy. But yeah, not having to use any, really a lot of the things in my kit, like, I feel like gold is not a really good test for hunters, honestly, because it's just really simple for them to get through. They have the perfect CC, freezing trap. I wouldn't say the perfect, like for PvP, it's kind of iffy because it's on a 30-second cooldown, but it's still really strong. Trapping a fool, still really strong in PvP. But in PvE, doing like dungeons, 5-man content, freezing trap is the best CC, even though it breaks. It's really strong because you can use it at range. It's pretty much instant now. It's on a relatively short cooldown. It lasts longer than its cooldown, which is always a plus. That's what makes it a consistent CC. It prevents all action. It's great. I really like freezing trap, but it's really strong in the proving grounds because none of these waves where you're using a trap lasts a minute. None of them. Not a single one. Like maybe in endless, you would have to remember to refresh the duration of a trap, but in my experience in endless, you're wanting to cleave as much as you possibly can. There's really no, CCing of any single targets. This is, of course, my experience as an arms warrior, because that's my most recent focus for endless, is trying to get it as arms. Wave 27, by the way, in case you're interested. Very close. I've cleared on Fury. I got to wave like 38 on that as Fury. It was pretty rough towards the end. That's why I ultimately failed. But yeah. I got sidetracked there. I don't even know what I was saying. But yeah, like what I think I was saying was I have a lot of tools in my kit as a hunter, and I just really don't use them. Like I didn't even use Ice Trap. I didn't even use Ice Trap, even though the abundance of banana tossers. I didn't use a single Ice Trap. I didn't use what I distracting shot. I mean, like that may seem silly, but there are things that you can do, like in a real PvE environment. That was redundant. Player versus environment. I apologize. In a real PvE setting where you could use a distracting shot and it would actually maybe help. Like specifically, I can think of Blackrock Foundry Trash before Gruul and or Gorger. There's those two hulking berserker guys or whatever they're called. That's not what they're called. I know that's not what they're called, but they remind me of hulks, like big dudes, like you see in Tanan Jungle when you're doing the intro quest. Yeah, those big guys, they enrage, right? They move like 70% slower and deal like 200% increased damage. Distraction shot might be useful there because you see them That way the tanks don't have to kite like crazy. Oh my god. The way my guild does it is so crazy. It's so haphazard. We just run around, honestly. I'm one of the tanks, and me and the other tank, we just run around with the mobs. That's all we do. I'm not exaggerating or joking at all. We just run. So when they get the buff on them, we don't even have to worry about it. But distracting shot would be useful there, you know? That's just one incident. Yeah, incident, I guess you could say. Probably a better word would be scenario. One scenario where you could use distracting shot. And that's just what I mean though. There's so many things that I have as a hunter that I'm not using in Proving Grounds. It's really not a good representation of Hunter's ability. And that's why I say Hunter is so easy for Proving Grounds at least. I mean, Hunter in general, yes, it's actually pretty easy. Definitely a class that's easy to learn, kind of difficult to master. I wouldn't say it's actually difficult to master because I would argue, like, I barely play Hunter, and it's very easy for me to figure out how to set things up very nicely in PvP to, force someone to get off me or force some basically just make someone go where I want them to go. Like explosive trap is huge in that. Master's call is huge in that. I have so many things I can do as a hunter to kite people, actual players, kite them, and there's none of it shows in the proving grounds. None of it shows. And I don't really have a problem with hunters. I don't have a problem with people who play hunters. I just have a problem with how they feel in the proving grounds. They just don't feel they feel too effective. They feel way too effective. Like you compare the ease of any of the hunter specs to any of the warlock specs, it's a world of difference. Like maybe not necessarily destruction, but affliction in the proving grounds is much more involved than any of the hunter specs were. Mostly because it doesn't have a snare, as far as I'm aware. That's a huge part because of the banana tossers. But even demonology, which does have a snare, was really difficult for me. And I may be speaking a little bit too much from personal experience here. We might be getting into whether I'm a good warlock or not, and that's fine. I'm okay with not being a good warlock. But my point is, I can get on one pet class, make Proving Grounds a joke. Meanwhile, get on another pet class, and Proving Grounds is actually an uphill battle. You know, I think there's a problem in that. I think there's a problem with balance in that. And, I'm not a dev. I may not know what I'm talking about here, but this is just, I'm just giving basically, I'm rambling for the most part and giving reasons why I really don't like Hunter in the Proving Grounds, why I did this kind of double feature thing here. So, yeah, if you stuck around this long, I appreciate it. Thank you for listening to my rambling. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a thumbs up. Give me a comment if it helped you out. Let me know how it helps you out, and subscribe if you want to see more. Definitely decided to go ahead with the You're Doing It Wrong videos. At least getting silver in every single spec. I will hold that promise. I don't know how I'm gonna do Druid. Resto Druid in You're Doing It Wrong, but I'm doing it, man. I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna be done. But that's something I gotta figure out in the future. So yeah, subscribe if you want to see more, like I said, and I will see you in the Proving Grounds.